Is Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Did you want to go back and sing it? E-I-E-I-O. You're very cozy with Norma. I'll just hang out on the couch. Alright, what should we sing about? Which animal? That's different.
Go back to the song's page.
These are different songs on here, Joe. Like, we have Jingle Bells.
Do you have Twinkle?
I like to
I don't
listen
on
to
this one in
Lady Gaga.
particular.
Jingle bells,
Jingle Bells. So you know that song?
jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Jingle
Clear
bells,
sleigh.
jingle bells, jingle all the way. And the next one says, I'm gonna push it, see what happens. Use your hand. Oh, almost. You gotta look. You gotta look too. You can't just use your hand.
Oh,
Good.
what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh.
I hear you. He's doing the melody to it. Oh, what fun it is to
No, that was Old MacDonald again.
Oh, it sounds like, oh, what fun. Old
No,
MacDonald?
he's
Alright,
stuck
let's go
on-
back.
New song's page.
Let's find that picture. Can we find Old MacDonald? Find Old MacDonald. Looks like a farmer. In a giggly mood. This one is like a giggly. Where's the farmer? Over
On
here?
the iPod.
Good. I like how you're using one finger, man. He's doing a good job with that. Alright, which animal should we do? You pick. Which animal? You gotta look.
Sparky bad a horse.
Which one?
On the
Good.
Sparky bad a
I
cow.
like how you're looking and using your finger. On this farm he had a cow. E-I-E-I-O with a farm. That's right. But we forgot about the cow. What happened to the cow?
Sometimes he likes to start from the beginning.
Right. On this farm he had a cow with a what?
On the Sparky bad a duck.
Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm he had a duck. E-I-E-I-O. With a what? What's the duck saying? Quack quack here and a quack. Oh, let me sing by myself. Quack quack here and a quack quack there. Here a quack everywhere, everywhere a quack quack. One finger.
On the Sparky bad a duck.
That's right. And this is the last line.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
E-I. E-I. He's squeezing that out. Good job. Why don't you make yourself comfy, Joe? However you want him. If he was going to do 20, he would need the key card. This says 60 on the page. A lot of it is
Oh,
supposed to do
those are
font.
tiny.
I think that would be a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't have 60 items, but all of them are really teeny
Right.
tiny.
But as he
So,
grows with
right.
it, with devices, we can add more to either one of those, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can interchange them.
Okay.
But I think physically right now that would be a little
Which one do you think would be better for him? If you recommend a device, which
the
one?
fact, they're very much similar devices in terms of what they can do. You can download because
What he
that's such an
likes.
interest of his to have those things at his hands. So that's kind of what probably would be the. This is nice just because it's a little bit smaller. They weigh about this actually. They weigh about the same. This might be about a half a pound more. Although I don't feel like it right now. I have to look up the specs. So in terms of weight and portability, this takes up a little less room. You can sort of see this has a couple inches. But the fact that you can download, that's such an interest of his, and I think that's not going to go away. And it is a full computer as well. So then if you had to do typing and that type of stuff, it's already
He's
on
learning
here.
how to type now.
So that already is on the device. So then you sort of have everything in one as opposed to schlepping around lots of different stuff. And getting to the computer aspect, pop this up, is like super easy. All you have to just do is, he's working on at school, it's already on here. So that's kind of a nice feature. Whereas this is not a computer per se. I mean, it is a computer per se, but it's not working off of a Windows system in the same way. You can hook it up to a computer though, so either one of them can. You just have to directly connect them to. It doesn't work as a Wi-Fi. This you can have. there's pluses and minuses of each.
Well,
This is a little bit physically smaller.
Yeah.
But the computer stuff is more what he's interested in, so this would probably be this. That was the one I had thought about for him, but I feel like it's just so bulky. You know, it's kind of heavy and it's bulky. It again is the same thing. If I go to
It looks
screen,
more powerful, but it looks like you're saying much heavier.
we're right here. So this is
Yeah.
you know. So I'm not sure for the additional weight.
Yeah.
It's worth having a little less space.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So that was my interest was the size, but you know, so it's a little bit, but it's not that much smaller. Like I was thinking in the catalog, this was a lot bigger because the next step up is like several inches bigger. But they did downsize this. This has only been out for about a year or so, and it's lightweight. So I think anything where he, you know, because as he gets older, we want him to be able to carry this stuff, you know, not someone else always to be carrying.
Yeah.
So as long as it's in a padded bag, if it's lighter weight, that's going to be a factor. Where this thing is heavy, and this is heavy for me to carry, and it's easier to download.
You can get
This
to the
one you
nursery.
always have to have your stick sticking out if you want to download stuff, or you can put an SD card in, but SD cards aren't going to do videos and stuff like that.
But he's going to be less. He'll be more dependent on people then,
Right.
as opposed to being more independent.
Right. So if he can find it himself and it's already on the device, then
Yeah.
that's going to be rather than a stick sticking out here.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of leaning towards this one for him. The smaller one was too small. The one we tried last time was the Chat PC Silk, and that was just a little bit too small for him. This has a little bit the full computer capability, which is nice. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. He can use this, but I think these two are very similar, as you can see.
It'd be nice to have something that we don't have to change
Right.
next year,
All
2
of
years,
them
3
are
years.
pretty sophisticated, but the fact that you can download a lot more stuff, even though I personally could not do it this morning, but you can do it. You just stick stuff in, you put the sounds in, or the video, or the clips, or whatever you want in there, and do that. Where that's
And he
that's much
constantly
harder
wants
to do.
that.
Right, and that's much harder to do on this computer. You can do it, or you can hook it up to the computer, but it's harder to do. Having a bigger size for actual keyboarding is also a nice advantage, as if you had an ABC keyboard on here, there's a bigger surface area. He's going to be a little more accurate
Which he
versus
needs
having.
for the
Right.
finger.
So
Go
if we
back to the
have
next page.
our
Black.
keyboard is here,
Black.
it's a
White
little
truck.
smaller. So this is our ABC keyboard, or you can do it as a QWERTY. So this is what a keyboard would look like on here. So it's smaller, you know, it's a little bit smaller surface area, and that would be harder motorically, I think. So we're looking at other features that we want from an educational standpoint, you know, that this bigger surface area would probably be easier for keyboarding. And that way he's not working off of the big keyboard, or you can attach keyboards directly into this too and type, you know, as well. So I think I just talked myself into this one as we're talking, you know. But I mean, they're all good devices. I mean, you're not going to go wrong, but I think this seems like the downloading feature is kind of the thing that kind of puts this above it. And it is lighter, so, you know, he's going to be going to high school soon. I mean, hard to believe, but, you know, another few years, it's not that far away. So he's going to be having to walk more and more. So having things that are heavy, you know, just a couple pounds makes a difference. It's not like that would be the only thing he has to carry. He has to carry books and everything else. So a few pounds more, it makes a difference. And you like this one too, so that's a factor, is what the parents, you know, like and stuff.
Well, I like that. I think he will be more independent with that.
Right, in
and-
terms
and-
of the computer and downloading
Mhm.
stuff, yeah, you can do. It's more all in one package. Where it's, it makes me nervous even with my adult clients to have these things sticking out, you know, the thumb drive and everything to walk around. You know, you're not gonna because then if someone wants to take it and walk around, you still got the thumb drive sticking out, and you're worried about that. You know, that all that data.
And they can get lost,
yes,
broken,
Or stepped on.
et cetera, yeah. Yeah, I
So-
don't like the idea of a thumb drive sticking out as a part of the regular functioning.
I'm gonna just shut this one down. So we got a huge amount of stuff done today, actually.
Do you want to
way
try
more
out
than-
anything else now with that Dynavox?
I think he's kind of
Maestro?
done.
You might have to bring it to him.
But I mean, I think I saw enough of what he can do. He can easily do 15 to 20 on a page. You need a key guard for the 20.
doing, buddy?
items.
Hey,
I think I've seen enough. You know, it doesn't always. He did a lot of good stuff. So what I did is I
I'm
put
Joe.
his name and his own picture on here, right? So if you can hobble over, can you see? So it has a picture, because you sent me the pictures from Facebook, so I put his picture
I'm
in
Joe.
there. And then you can have pictures of his family and stuff like that. So it had a thing about the doctor, and I was like, oh, there was that picture of the hospital. So here's the picture of him at the hospital,
I
and then
went
it
to the
brings,
doctor last
so
week.
then he could talk about, oh, you know, even if you blew up that actual photograph and created a scene around that. Like this is the preset scene, so if you touch different things, and so you can say, okay, it hurts here, and sometimes it's easier to point to something versus to pointing it on their body. You could say,
What's that? What does it do?
So all these things sort of come up. At a doctor's visit, this can be a way that he can be interacting and asking more specific questions other than kind of being a passive participant. So this is, but you could also make it as the page of him, is what I'm saying. So envision that there would be.
Oh yeah,
that
because I can get a
photograph.
picture of the actual examiner.
Right.
I can get a picture of his actual pediatrician.
So, here's another one. The other thing is, this actually, you can hook this up and he can directly control a TV or the VCR, or it has infrared capabilities.
Wow.
So that these are kind of like the bells and whistles. So this actually would turn on, you had to have them talk to each other and figure out how to do that. Turn the channels, you can turn the TV on or off, you can turn on the
Wanna
He
DVD.
watch
doesn't
a
really
movie.
watch TV channels.
Mhm.
He watches videos
Right.
and YouTube.
So for the DVD player, he could turn that on and off. He
Yeah,
could
that
then
he
have the
watches
choices
DVDs.
of these are the ones I want to, put on. Lights, you can even hook this up to lights, infrared and stuff. So you're riding in the car and there's a picture of the car, so these are just touch points. You can design it however you want.
Open the door.
So he's pointing to the door and he doesn't yell door, but he can say
Open the door.
that type of thing. I want to get out.
I really have to go bad.
Stuff like that. I mean, it's important. So this is a visual scene, it's called. They're actually on either one of these devices. You can create it. I find them a little bit easier on this device versus this.
On the
on
Dynavox.
on the Dynavox devices, I think, just the way it's programmed.
And that's again the Maestro?
Yeah.
Okay.
The V also has it. But like I said, the V's
The
so
V is
heavy. I just
Too heavy.
So this would be you talking about something that happened in your class, and then you can have pictures of your friends and say, oh, who did you see today? Was someone out sick, or is it somebody's birthday, or that type of thing? And he can be doing more of that stuff. And of course, if he wants to say all that stuff, then that's fine. You saw, what's nice about this is it's documenting he was singing the song. Him using a device did not stop him from singing the song. In
Right.
fact, he sang more over time because he liked the song. So that's the argument against all technology. Some people feel like it'll stop them from talking, but it's not. It actually, that's the whole point. It's augmentative. So it's just, it's another use. I didn't say, no, Joe, don't say old MacDonald had a farm, push the button instead. No, because he already said it, so I didn't need to push that button, but we moved on to the next button. Because that was the part he doesn't know how to sing, so that way. Putting the Pledge of Allegiance, he can ask for if it's his turn, and that can be all programmed in this, or any of that type of stuff. Those longer things that are harder for him to say right now.
So do you think it would be appropriate for him to have one then, as part of his
Especially this was
education?
nice to see him using, because now I can say, he did talk more after using the device. It was nice to see him doing that interaction with me for the song. I think we're good.
Okay.
The background history is just what I need, a little bit of history of any